Cultural significance is often treated as an abstract label, something assigned after the fact, rather than built through shared human effort. This view misses the process by which meaning is formed, sustained, and transmitted. This understanding of significance does not emerge spontaneously. It develops through repeated attempts to interpret the natural environment, to make sense of existence, and to translate those interpretations into forms that others can recognize and carry forward. Across societies, our early efforts to understand the earth and the cosmos produced systems of representation like symbols, objects, and visual markers were not arbitrary decorations, but tools for comprehension. A circle, for example, might come to represent the sun, a square the moon, or another element of perceived reality. These associations gained traction not because they were universally true, but because they were collectively accepted. When a group agreed upon a meaning and reinforced it through repetition, that meaning acquired stability. Over time, it became embedded within shared language, ritual, and identity. This process reveals that culture is neither static nor purely inherited. It is constructed through consensus and sustained through practice. Families pass meanings to other families, communities adopt and adapt them, and eventually broader regions incorporate them into recognizable patterns. What begins as a localized interpretation can, through repetition and circulation, become cultural history. The authority of such history lies less in its origin than in its endurance. At the center of this process is an attempt to interpret both the material and the intangible. Thus, cultural systems often serve as bridges between observable phenomena and less tangible concepts such as spirit, belief, or collective consciousness. These systems allow individuals to situate themselves within a larger framework of understanding. They offer coherence, particularly in moments of uncertainty or hardship, by linking personal experience to shared meaning. Recognizing this helps clarify a central tension in contemporary discussions of culture. On one hand, culture is continually remade. New technologies, new contexts, and new interpretations reshape how people express and understand inherited symbols. On the other hand, the underlying impulse remains consistent. Even what appears new is often a reconfiguration of earlier attempts to explain existence and connection. Innovation in this sense is frequently iterative rather than wholly original. This perspective carries implications for how cultural expressions are engaged today. When symbols, practices, or aesthetics are detached from their context and treated as surface level trends, their accumulated meaning is diminished. The issue is not simply one of ownership, but of depth. Cultural elements that have sustained communities, provided frameworks for belief, or guided individuals through difficulty, carrying weight that extends beyond visual appeal or novelty. Engagement, therefore, requires more than recognition. It calls for inquiry and attention. To encounter a cultural form responsibly is to ask how it came to be, what it has signified over time, and how it continues to function within the community that maintains it. This does not imply rigid boundaries that prevent exchange, nor does it suggest that culture must remain unchanged. Rather, it emphasizes that participation should be informed rather than casual. Understanding cultural significance in this way repositions it from a static label to an ongoing practice. Culture is created, repeated, and revised through collective agreement. Its meanings are neither fixed nor arbitrary, but negotiated and reinforced across time. And to engage with it thoughtfully is to recognize both its constructive nature and its enduring impact. As you choose to engage with others' culture or any tradition beyond your own, take a moment to notice the details that give it life. Whether it is architecture, graphic design, or even clothing, each element carries intention and history. Pay attention to how light is used, how forms are shaped, and how meaning is expressed through style and craft. These choices are not random. They reflect a shared way of understanding the world that has been carried across generations. Approaching it with care allows you to experience not just the surface, but the depth of a living civilization. Thank you for listening and take care.